Customers who don't make money for us are left for later, Thompson. You should know that.
So we're closing this store.
It's been decided. Huh?
Trouble Busters!
Welcome, welcome. Is there a table for two? Yes. Go ahead and take a seat wherever is empty.
Why does this particular waiter seem a bit rude, honey?
They're doing great business tonight. He's probably tired from all the work he's been doing. This fine evening, I was going to a high-class restaurant with my wife for dinner.
Have you decided what you want to order, folks?
I'll take this.
And I think I'll take this head chef's recommendation for the evening over here.
Very good, ma'am. Yes, sir. Coming right up.
It is quite crowded. Yeah, it's pretty crowded. Excuse me, but is the food ready yet? I've been waiting for quite some time now, and... I'm super busy right now, man. Don't come and talk to me about something like that. Damn you.
Mr. Manager?
The hell do you want?
These two customers have been waiting for their food for over 2 hours.
Oh, these folks are fine to wait. Customers who don't make money for us are left for later, Thompson. You should know that.
But...
What's this? Gonna go against me, are you? You know what'll happen if you defy me, right? Right?
Go against you? I wouldn't dare. That's not my intention, sir.
Listen up, Thompson. It's a big deal for filthy creatures like these to come to such a high-class restaurant. Remember that, all right?
Excuse me?
If we serve food to something like this, it'll lower the quality of our restaurant.
If I may, sir, I've been taught that once you enter this restaurant, all customers are equal.
Idiot! Look, even a restaurant has the right to choose its customers based on its standards, see?
I can't believe this was happening whilst I wasn't aware of it.
I was wrong to fail to realize something was amiss, too.
If I may, ma'am, sir, when I took your orders and went to the kitchen to tell the chefs to prepare the food, the manager himself told the head chef that he didn't have to make food for you two.
Excuse me?
I cannot express how sorry I am, but I'm afraid I believe that even if you keep waiting, you probably won't get any food.
Hey, Thompson, what are you loafing about for, eh?
My apologies, Mr. Manager.
Huh?
That waiter is the manager of this place?
You can hear me, can't you?
Well then, folks...
Hey, the hell do you think you're doing? We need not even give water to those stupid maggots, let alone food.
I'm sorry, my mistake.
Natalie?
Yes, honey, this is our cue.
Unforgivable! Trouble
Busters
Busters initiate! Natalie and I started discussing something that had been a dire issue in our eyes for a while, and we decided to wait until the restaurant closed because going any further right now would be a nuisance to all the other customers. Well then, we went through today without any incidents, and... What the... You pricks are still here, huh? I thought you'd leave if I left you alone, but we're closed now, understand? Leave this place right now! The food we ordered hasn't arrived yet.
We've only had water this evening.
No. We honestly didn't even intend to serve you any water either. By which you mean? Look, buddy, I'm telling you that no matter how long you wait, you're not getting your damn food.
But we're customers, aren't we?
No, you're not! You guys who don't match the standards of the store aren't customers from our perspective. Are you sure that's your final stance in this, young man? Hell yeah, I am. It's 1,000,000% a yes, of course. So, we're closing this store.
It's been decided.
Huh? Wait, don't tell me. I am a large shareholder of this establishment.
And I am the owner of this restaurant.
There ain't no way! Do you always judge customers like this based on their outward appearance and treat them so carelessly if you deem them unworthy to dine at this establishment? No, sir. Absolutely not, sir. Today was, well, I woke up on the wrong side of bed today. I've been feeling a little grumpy. Oh, happen often, does it? No, sir. Just today by happenstance. Come now, sir. You wouldn't believe that one of your own employees would be acting this way every single day.
Then you, of all people, ought to know that our company's motto is that all customers are equal inside these walls, right?
Of course, ma'am.
Right? Then what the hell was that attitude you were displaying earlier?
Well, ma'am, truly, by chance, today was quite a bad day for me personally. If that's the case, why didn't the food come to our table even after waiting for over 2 hours? That's because, oh yes, that's because of her, you see.
Her, you say?
Yes, ma'am, there's a waitress by the name of Thompson, you see, and she forgets things quite frequently. Perhaps she merely forgot to pass on your order to the kitchen. Unfortunate, isn't it? I shall personally see to it that she's reprimanded. That waitress claims she did pass the order on to the kitchen, though.
Indeed she did. And what's more, she was so considerate as to care for us and bring us a pitcher of water.
And that's despite you saying that we maggots don't even deserve to be served water, let alone food, you see? I merely saw that you didn't seem thirsty in the slightest, and I was trying to be considerate so as not to ruin your evening. We were so damn thirsty,
young
buddy.
man.
Really? That's very strange. Well, I am also human after all, and to err is human, truly. I'd gone through so much to reserve this establishment for my and my wife's wedding anniversary, but then we were told contemptuously that people who come by bike aren't welcome. We were refused entry, and I was so goddamn pissed. Until the manager of the store, called Sutherland, resigns, we will never return. What? I went there to celebrate my mother's 60th birthday, and I ordered the cheapest course, and after waiting an hour, a waiter served the food to me while laughing at us contemptuously. I was frustrated and depressed thereafter. The waiter was named Sutherland. I will never forgive him. What's all this, sir? Those were complaints. Complaints? And every single one of them pointed their finger directly at you. There's no way that's possible. So many have been received from all people, great and small, so it must be true. No, sir. None of all that is true. Isn't this one of those, a case of a grudge someone in particular has against me?
So you remember doing something that would make someone begrudge you?
Oh, perish the thought, ma'am. No one is as honest, polite, and straightforward as I, ma'am. I can assure you. No, buddy, no. The more you claim that you are all those things, the more you aren't any of those things. Who was it? Who filed such nonsensical complaints? Customers of this restaurant, obviously. But it's probably someone that you don't consider a customer from the perspective of this restaurant's standards. I assure you, sir, I've never done anything like that. I truly don't remember doing anything like that. Oh, then you're claiming that all our customers who left complaints are lying? That's not what I'm saying, but please, sir, please, ma'am, you have to believe me in this. This instance is truly the first time I've done something like this.
Then what about this? Blog reviews of this place.
Please, I beg you.
About the manager, Sutherland. He has a terrible attitude towards customers.
Please.
A waiter took one look at how we were dressed as soon as we entered the restaurant and told us to leave because we didn't have any money. Sutherland was his name.
Oh, even here Sutherland's receiving backlash, isn't he? And by Sutherland, I believe they're referring to you, my good man. Well, yes, well, what's the meaning of all this, I wonder?
Even after we'd eaten, a waiter by the name of Sutherland said to us, "It's quite expensive, you understand. Can you really pay all that?" and mocked us brutally.
Did you go so far as to say that to a customer? No,
After waiting for 3 hours, I was told that everything was already sold out. I overheard the manager, Sutherland, tell one of the other waitresses to tell me there was nothing left.
You goddamn little... Sir, this is...
There are a ridiculous amount of other bad reviews, young man. Come on now, can you explain what this is all about?
Well now, ma'am, I'm honestly just as clueless as you are. No, we are the ones asking you. Isn't this... Yes, I'm sure. Our store has become so popular that our competitors consider it a nuisance and thus want revenge.
But all the complaints, and I mean all of them, are about you.
Well, ma'am, it's always been rather easy for me to make people jealous of my gifts. Perhaps this is just one case gone pretty far? Then how about we also check out what the people closest to you think about you, huh? What? And by the way, you have quite a powerful reputation within the company. Thank you, sir. It pays well to treat everyone well and lovingly. Take a look at this. Business bulletin for fellow employees. What are your experiences with Manager Sutherland? That shithead's drinking my juice box. Ooh, literally kissing him at this point. Reply. Sitting next to him in a meeting is nothing short of a stroke of Satan. Hey, who the frick is making threads about me? How am I so fricking hated in the company, damn it?
What's this? Attitude's too bad, even during meetings, braggadocio galore, and work cannot be done with him around.
Gives all the creation of materials to his subordinates, taking naps, has the 7-3 ratio? What's this 7-3 ratio bullshit? What is it? First of all, there's no credibility to any of these claims. I work hard and sincerely for the good of the company every day. But even so, I think it's absolutely scandalous to negatively judge a person like me, who has unknown potential for greatness, just because I was a little bit moody today. I understand. Do you finally believe me, sir?
If that's the case, how about we ask some people right here, right now?
Hey! Excuse me, you there. Yes, you.
Yes, sir? How can I be of service?
Sorry to bother you during your work, but I'd like to ask you something.
Yes, ma'am. What is it?
What is Sutherland like, usually?
Mr. Manager, you mean, sir?
That's right, dear. What's his usual self like in the workplace?
Attitude? I believe he's kind only to customers who seem to have a lot of money.
What's with the only, eh? And you better think carefully before you speak, huh? If you say something unnecessary, who knows what will happen from tomorrow onwards?
I'm sorry.
There's no need to hold back, dear. Since this is a good opportunity, I want you to tell us the truth. But... Oh, don't worry, sweetie. We will personally protect you.
Understood, ma'am. If you insist, then I shall not hold back. First of all, his attitude towards customers not following the dress code is terrible.
I see. What else?
He's always rude to us subordinates, and when he doesn't approve of something in particular or gets angry for whatever small, insignificant reason that doesn't concern anyone, it's normal that he brutally abuses us. Verbally, mind you. What he said was axiomatic one day is against common knowledge the next, and this unpredictability makes the workplace so stressful.
Disgraceful.
That is not how a manager behaves.
Shit.
And additionally... Well, I don't know if I should say this.
Don't worry about it, dear. Just tell us everything you know.
Yes, ma'am. So, actually, I've always been worried about this, but Mr. Sutherland's family, whenever they come, always leave without paying the bill after eating.
What? Hey, enough with the nonsense, Thompson.
I'm not lying, folks. I only say this because I've seen it with my own eyes far too many times.
About that, you just didn't see this, but I always put money in the register after my family left, of course. From my own pocket money, of course.
I know for a fact that's impossible.
It is not impossible. I'm the manager, and I say that I pay for everything. In fact, the daily sales are as shown on the slips without any discrepancies.
I must admit that what he's saying is true, dear. There's no cash surplus or shortage in the store's sales for the past few months. I manage the sales of each store I run every day, so there's no doubt about that.
You see? So it was Thompson's lie after all, right? Am I doing something shady? No, I'm...
Just a moment, I have evidence.
What?
This is...
What's the meaning of this, Sutherland?
It's all fabricated.
Huh?
Thompson, just because I've been acting harshly towards you doesn't fricking mean you can go about creating these fake photos of me doing this shit to plot my downfall.
And what are you on about, sir, at this stage of the argument?
Too bad for you.
Miss Thompson, can you send all of these photographs to my phone?
What? Yes, I don't mind.
Mr. Sutherland?
Yes, ma'am.
If you are truly innocent, the slips that Miss Thompson has just shown us ought to have been sorted and entered as sales in the accounts, right?
What?
From there, let's compare the purchase costs and the food inventory and see how the situation is.
The food inventory?
Miss Thompson, if you would be so kind, could you please bring over the list of the inventory?
Yes, sir, right away.
Hey!
What's wrong? You're not doing anything shady, are you?
That's,
Speak up, son. What is it?
I haven't checked the inventory in a long time, you see.
Haven't checked? By that you mean headquarters have been informed that there's no problem regarding that, you know?
Well, I just remembered. I may have written down the wrong information, or maybe I don't remember doing that.
I'll tell you this. The number of times that excuse could work on us is once and once only, and that's if you're lucky.
By which you mean?
Disgraceful. If the remaining stock in the inventory doesn't match with the sales of the month, that means something's definitely wrong.
Sorry to have kept you.
You don't know when to quit, do you? This is a legitimate crime if you're unlucky, young man, so you better prepare yourself.
God damn it! It's because you two maggots came into the restaurant wearing deceiving outfits that this mess has come about, you know?
And here we have the complete 180 technique.
In the first place, this is my kingdom and mine only. As its king, I have the right to do whatever I want with my kingdom.
The king?
It's my right to choose who can dine here and who can't. What's so wrong about segregating customers who dress in dirty clothes?
And here we have a raging maniac abandoning all sense of logic and screaming ridiculous propaganda based on selfish values.
Listen up, peasants. From my perspective, the king's perspective, all subordinates are a kind of servant, so to speak. Treating them fair or ruling over them with an iron fist is my decision to make, and mine only.
If I may, since when has this place become your kingdom, Mr. Sutherland?
Since when I became the manager of this place, isn't that obvious? You're part of my confidant, so you better understand that.
You're confident?
And as for the food, the family in question is the family of the king himself, so obviously they shall eat for free whenever they please. Would the queen, princess, and prince themselves pay for the food made in the king's kingdom? Of course not! And yet you goddamn pieces of shit still create a scene with your stupid sense of delusional logic. I will not forgive you.
That's what I should be saying.
Nothing can be when it's come this far.
And as for you, Thompson,
What?
you better prepare yourself for what's going to happen from now on. You're embarrassing me, the king himself, and you are not going to get away with it.
No, you are not gonna get away with it, Sutherland.
Eh?
It's not going to end with just a punishment now, is it?
What are you saying?
We're going to sue you under charges for the crime of professional embezzlement, and in addition, we're going to demand you damages.
You're the one who ought to prepare himself.
What?
Oh my. Well, that's going to be in the local paper for sure. If it's a crime of professional embezzlement, there's no fine. It's to prison ye shall go straight away.
What?
I sympathize with you, but only a little.
Ain't no way.
Because you said something so cockily once upon a time. You splurged and bought a 3-story house with a 20-year loan, and it's just because you think you're leagues ahead of the rest of us that you bought a luxury car from overseas on loan, go on family trips once a month, wear high-end branded suits and neckties, and even built a pool in your backyard. What are you planning to do with all of that from now on?
Hear ye, folks. I must declare I was wrong. I'm terribly sorry about this whole mess. Please, you can make me a toilet cleaner, a chauffeur, even something as measly as a dog walker at home.
Whose dog are you talking about?
Please don't abandon me. I thought things would continue like this forever, so I didn't even save much money at all. And without really thinking about it, I've now ended up with a family of 12.
Yeesh, man.
I feel truly sorry for you, but it's all your own doing.
Accept this as a recompense for all your past actions and reflect on your wrongdoings for the rest of time.
I'm asking for so much, knelt before you, and you still act so heartless? I'm the king here.
Still feeling like a goddamn king, are you?
Why should I be cornered like this for just one or two harmless, meaningless mistakes?
You're a repeat offender.
You're the ones at fault. Huh? You came here dressed in such a way that deceived me completely, so it's your fault.
You dare not even reflect on your actions, do you? You still utter bullshit like that?
Of course, you're at fault. You purposely dressed in poor clothes that didn't fit this restaurant's standards and tricked me.
I think you've made enough accusations.
Well, works for us anyhow. We were doing some volunteer work for the community by picking up trash, so it's only natural we wore dirty clothes, right?
And I'm telling you, that fricking tricked me, you bitch! How fricking dare you look and act like a dirty dog on purpose! I swear to God I'll report you to the police myself, so you better prepare yourselves for what's to come!
Huh?
Yeah, in this case, I think he's just volunteering to go to prison at this point, folks.
You won't know until you try, right?
Buddy, where do you get this wackadoodle enthusiasm pointing? Anyway, you are now going to reflect deeply on how you've lived your life.
Yes, I agree. Genuinely think about how the customers felt when you treated them so poorly.
Don't you guys have any compassion for others?
Damn. Anger up in headquarters is creating an inferno. Holy hell.
Miss Thompson, be a dear and call the police, would you?
Gladly, ma'am.
Don't just fricking accept that. I'm really sorry. I truly am. Please withdraw your appeal to the police.
A superficial apology is not needed, good sir. In front of the customers who've been neglected by you so far, this is beyond salvation.
Then how can I get salvation regardless?
Why are you so angry?
The very instant you think you will be forgiven, you don't show any remorse whatsoever anymore.
I'm sorry. I'm truly sorry for everything. Don't you think this is freaking pitiful? I have a life too, see?
You don't get it, do you?
I don't get what, ma'am?
Listen carefully, eh? Each of the customers you've selected to neglect and mistreat all have their own lives, too. And so does this restaurant.
What are you saying so suddenly?
Some people propose marriage here, some people celebrate some anniversary of their loved ones, and some people have happy or sad experiences here. This isn't just a restaurant. This is a place where memories are born for all kinds of people. All of that is the essence of life for this restaurant and one of its purposes. Understand where I'm going with this?
Well, to be honest, not really. I just kind of get the gist of it, but I would fail if I was tested on this. But who the hell would even understand such a story?
Oh, that was beautiful.
Ain't no way that was an arrow to the soul.
In other words, you trampled on the life essence of this restaurant.
Oh, you're still talking about that, huh?
Miss President? Oh.
Oh, and you're the same, huh? No, anyway, I'm really sorry about everything. I'm asking you to give me another chance. What's so difficult about that? People can start over again as many times as they want in life, right? The starting line is always right in front of you, isn't it?
But that's after you've received your retribution.
I beg you, please, I beg you.
You're not sorry from the bottom of your heart, bucko. I hope you really think about how you've acted and spoken in a way that goes against the way of humanity.
No, please. Mrs. President, you'll show me mercy, won't you? Please.
Those who act rudely in a restaurant cry in the restaurant when judgment befalls them. Live your life regretting everything you've done until you can apologize to the restaurant from the bottom of your heart.
No, please, not prison. I don't want that to happen to me. Hey, Melanie, help me, please.
Those who disrespect the restaurant cry in the restaurant when judgment befalls them. I refuse to help you, Sutherland.
No, please.
Later, the head manager of the restaurant, Sutherland, was taken away into custody by the police, who rushed to the scene. Even while he was being taken away, he kept saying, "It's their fault, I'm a victim here." Since he was screaming such brainless Tommy rot, I'm sure there must have been another fuss at the police station. Of course, he was found guilty, lost his job, and reluctantly filed for bankruptcy. The house with a pool was seized immediately, and the whole family was torn apart. Now it seems that he's quietly living on the other side of bars, regretting his actions all day, every day. The restaurant closed as we had declared, and all the staff were introduced to a new store. There, we put Miss Melanie Thompson as head manager of the restaurant, and she is now in charge of administration. Thanks to her amazing customer service skills, the restaurant is fully booked every day. Trouble Busters! If I come, the other clients will have to wait their turns after me, right? The $40 million in my account shall be transferred to another bank.
Is that so? Understood, sir, as you wish, but you only have 40 cents left, you see.
Huh?
Trouble Busters!
You goddamn slowpoke! Why are things proceeding so slowly? Why is it so frickin' crowded, huh? If I come, the other clients will have to wait their turns after me, right? Do you frickin' want the $40 million in my account to be transferred to another bank, huh?
I'm terribly sorry, sir. My name is Melanie, and I'm a girl with glasses who works at the reception desk of a foreign-owned bank. Today, I've almost been in big trouble from the get-go, being entangled with the president of the conglomerate and a jerk whose ego is somehow bigger than his money, that is Mr. George Knightley.
Hey, Missy?
Yes, sir? What's the matter?
Do you know that I have $40 million stashed away in your bank, huh? Do ya?
Yes, sir, I do. Of course I do.
Don't you think that you're not providing good service to me by making me shout like this?
I am truly, truly sorry.
Why is it so slow, huh? Harassing me, are ya? The hell do you mean by I'm truly, truly sorry? So you admit that you're harassing me, huh? Are you kidding me, bitch?
Our bank uses numbers to ensure everyone gets their turn.
I can't hear you.
Sir, our bank uses numbers to ensure everyone gets their turn, sir. I'm afraid that we as a collective require clients to follow that order no matter what.
You better make that rule for someone who's not a frickin' millionaire like me, huh? It's nothing to do with me, you see.
No one is exempt from this rule, sir.
Bitch be making me wait, bitch be making me wait!
Is that so, sir?
What if your lack of common knowledge and appropriate client service skills end up making me late for my upcoming meeting, huh?
Even if you say that, sir.
I'll tell you, you're the one who's a frickin' slowpoke.
But I'm not a slowpoke at all.
Hey, should the worst happen, how will you take responsibility, huh? Write it down right here.
No,
Write it down right here.
I'm sorry, sir, but I simply cannot do that.
You won't do what I ask you, and you won't accept responsibility in the event the worst should happen? Hey, what the frick can you do, huh?
I'm sorry, sir, truly. I'll do what I can to make it your turn as quickly as possible, Mr. Knightley.
And what will you do specifically, huh?
I must admit I'm afraid to say, but for now, sir, please sit down and make yourself comfortable.
Duh, you're saying I'm getting in the frickin' way, huh?
No, sir, not at all. As long as you're standing there, though, 3 people will be handling customer service for a good deal of clients, as you can see.
Huh? What did you say? So you really are saying that it's my frickin' fault?
No, sir. Perish the thought. I simply want to continue with my job even more smoothly than ever before, for your sake. So I merely ask that you cooperate.
Hell no, I will not cooperate with you, my ass. Why do I have to follow up on poor professional adaptation on your frickin' part? You call yourselves professionals still? I have frickin' 40 million stashed away with you people. I'm contributing to you, understand?
Well
then, my ass, bitch! Ha! I've had it up to here with this bullshit. Even the great George Knightley is running thin with his magnanimous patience. I'll take out the 40 million. I'll move it all to another bank.
what?
It's your fault. You're the reason I'm transferring it all to another bank.
No way.
Shake a leg, damn you! I'm canceling the contract. Bring me the 40 million quickly, now!
I'm sorry. Oh, please, forgive me for this.
No way, I'm at my limit. Take it all out.
At least in another room. I'll take care of your business.
Frickin' do it here! Hey, back there! This reception girl with the client service skills worse than a chimpanzee's is the reason you'll be losing $40 million!
Please, sir, stop this.
I won't stop, damn you! You're the one who's upset an elite client of yours, and they're now gonna withdraw all of their deposits. I ought to tell the head of this particular bank that there's such a shady receptionist like you working for them, destroying the bank's reputation.
I apologized so many times, but Mr. Knightley didn't listen, and
Withdraw everything!
he ordered me to withdraw the full amount of his deposits, saying that he wanted to make an example of me and my poor service. I tried to persuade him, but he remained steadfast, so I had no choice but to withdraw the full amount of his deposits.
Never will I ever deposit my money into this frickin' hellhole again!
I'd taken action to withdraw all of Mr. Knightley's savings, but, Mr. Knightley?
The hell do you want?
But you only have 40 cents left, you see.
Huh?
No, I assure you, you only have 40 yen left in your account.
Hey, now what the frick are you talking about?
I'm telling you the exact balance that you have left over, sir.
You not only can't serve clients that come in to settle some business, but you can't even read numbers? Tragic news! Young female receptionist at the World Travis Bank mistakes $40 million for 40 cents!
Hey, please stop doing that, sir.
And you please stop doing that!
But I, well...
This is really bothering me. There's no way a rich guy like me would only have 40 cents left in his entire savings, right? A receptionist can't read numbers. Hilarious! You're Huh? My balance?
40 cents, sir.
I don't remember taking out $40 million.
But it's in the records.
Why? Why did this happen?
What? I don't know, sir. The transactions were all done via ATM.
If you withdraw this much money so frequently, shouldn't one expect to get a call from the bank?
I additionally looked into potential causes of this, sir. You've used our bank's international cash card service, which limits withdrawals to the amount which you specify on your card. Haven't you, Mr. Knightley?
What if I did, huh? What then?
You have no limit on that particular card, but since it's impossible to withdraw $40 million at once from an ATM, the person responsible went to various branches and withdrew $50,000 over 800 times via ATMs.
Even so, the person responsible made such a diligent withdrawal.
I must refer you to the systems department regarding this particular matter, sir.
Shit! I don't need to be told by...
Sir, a moment, if you please.
Huh?
I'm going to call the police promptly, so please wait for a while.
What, the police?
Yes, because the $40 million that had been withdrawn was something that happened without you being told about it, right, sir?
Yeah, that's true, but it's nothing to do with you, right?
That's not how it works, sir. If the withdrawal wasn't made by you yourself, Mr. Knightley, then it's the work of a third party, and thus a crime. This is a legitimate crime, wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, but I'll do whatever I want with it, so just leave it alone.
The money was withdrawn from your account through our branches, sir. The date and time of the withdrawals has also been recorded in your bank book, and if you look at the coinciding security camera footage, we can identify the culprit.
Well, that may be true, but...
And when looking at the camera footage, isn't it better to look at it with someone that has an authoritarian power? Either way, this is a gargantuan amount of money moving around without the person who owns the money knowing about it. I have no choice but to think that this is a case that the police must get involved in.
I mean, maybe, but no, not necessary.
Excuse me?
Just don't frickin' worry about me, all right? In any case, $40 million is nothing for a millionaire tycoon like...
Officer, right this way.
Much obliged, sir.
What? The police? What are they doing here?
Well, my curse is that I have an iron heart that pumps blood of justice, and before I knew it, I had called the police.
Why would you do that without my permission?
You need not thank me, my good man. Well, maybe as a token of gratitude, I could accept a certain fee.
My ass, bucko! Damn it, man. If the police are called, then that truth's gonna be exposed in no time.
Are you the crazy one?
Who are you calling crazy? I'm completely sane, thank you very much.
No, I'm saying you went crazy because you had $40 million stolen from you.
No, well, I'm fine, thank you.
Let's hear what you have to say,
Perhaps, but yeah, well, I am quite busy, so...
But the amount is what it is, so we'll have to start the investigation right away.
No, I think we ought to do that later.
Why?
I'm quite the busy man, you see.
Are you okay, even if you don't get the $40 million back?
Well, that's something I'll have to discuss with you again soon.
Why? Now that I've come, isn't it better to talk about it now?
I'm in a hurry, you see.
For what?
For work.
What kind of work?
Listen to me! Good news, everyone! We've discovered a woman withdrawing a wad of cash from an ATM at the time the bank book recorded.
I'll check on that. Nice work.
No, don't check on that!
Why not?
Enough with the whys and the why nots. Do you eat whys for breakfast every morning, huh?
I'm only asking after what I want to know. A citizen in need is a chance indeed, a chance to gain experience points.
Shut up! Please, just get the hell out of here. You're dismissed.
Dismissed? Why the hell are you so stubborn, sir?
Everyone's helping you to get your money back, and I'm helping you to get some recompense in return.
You may be saying something that's relevant here, but in reality, the content of your words can be deemed questionable. So for your sake, I suggest you refrain from saying anything more.
Yes, ma'am.
What the frick is with these people?
Public servants like us exist for times like these, sir, so feel free to rely on us whenever you feel you need to.
If it's that easy for me, I would say exactly the same thing too.
That's right, Mr. Knightley. When we're in trouble, we help each other out. So you can speak, huh, Four Eyes? Come now, officer. Easy on the words. That's so true of you to say. Yes, I agree with you. Actually, I agree with you. And you know what? I agree with you. God damn, this particular officer is so strange.
No, really, I'm going to solve this myself.
Why are you so stubborn, buddy?
I'm not acting stubborn, officer, I swear. I'm the victim here, and I'm saying it's okay not to investigate this situation for now, so the case is dismissed. Please don't enforce this.
Why do you refuse so adamantly?
I told you I'm busy with work.
Yeah, I heard you the first time.
Then let me go, damn you!
Why are you so adamant? What kind of work is worth putting off $40 million?
None of your damn business. I have a business meeting after this, and I'm in a huge hurry.
Can't you put it off?
I think they'll understand the circumstances if you just told them what's going on.
Shut up! You guys just don't fricking get it.
What the?
I have a business meeting that could potentially move billions, you see?
Compared to that, you claim that $40 million is nothing then?
That's right.
Where and with whom?
I can't tell you something like that. I'm bound by contract.
I guess you're right.
Well, that's enough, isn't it?
Ah, Helen.
What the hell?
Could you please come to the World Travis Bank, darling? There's something I want you to do.
You stupid! What are you doing, huh? Acting on your own and calling for reinforcements?
The moment you touch me, you'll be arrested for interference with public officers.
I just tried to touch your shoulder.
What you consider a little is not what I consider, you understand? Put this into perspective. Imagine a protagonist reincarnated into another world who has almost no contact or information about his surroundings, but from the beginning he has a maximum favorability rating. Imagine someone like that facing the seductive goddess of power from the get-go. From the looks of it, seems as though a mere touch of hers could instantly solve all of his problems.
All of that virtual, hypothetical mumbo-jumbo's making my head hurt.
All that gamer language and somewhat Gen Z train of thought aside, perhaps she means her reinforcements consist of a good and enthusiastic lady. I'm saying it would probably be nice to entrust yourself to her, at least for a bit.
You better stay quiet.
I'm being very kind to you, though. Why?
You don't want to get involved in any more of this, do you?
About the business negotiations you mentioned, if the $40 million was to be your donation to the transaction, it must be very painful to lose everything.
Ha! Don't measure me by the size of your tiny-ass ruler. 40 million is frickin' mediocre. I can handle losing that much.
Such a large sum of money stolen, though. If I were your business partners, I wouldn't be able to trust someone who would allow something like that to happen.
There ain't no way a goddamn mid-tier NPC like you would be able to even comprehend the life and problems of someone like me, a millionaire tycoon. How dare you assume anything? Now, I know that somewhere there's a store missing a teddy bear, so why don't you get back to your box, eh?
Megan, I looked into it.
Thank you, darling. And what were the results?
This person, who claims to be a millionaire tycoon, or whatever, is anything but a millionaire tycoon. He's just an NPC and a glitched one at that.
Aha!
What? Don't tell me you determined who I was from the database of this bank?
I checked and found that you got $40 million loaned from a certain bank, filed for bankruptcy, and are currently unemployed.
Shut up! Enough out of you!
This man is a dangerous one, found among the topmost individuals blacklisted not only by Bank Killinger, but also by the Financial Services Agency itself.
Stop it!
What a turn of events! Who would have thought that Mr. Knightley was a person to watch out for like this? The fact he'd been marked by the Financial Services Agency? Could it be because he touched upon the black market or something? In that case, unforgivable! Troublebusters initiate!
I don't know shit. I don't know shit.
Doesn't matter if you know shit or not. We've already looked into it.
Give up, you scoundrel!
No, hold on. I was planning to give back what I owed according to the Times. Today was the actual day, see? I was planning to go to the bank and apologize for stealing away the money they loaned me.
That's a lie, isn't it?
How can you say something like that so confidently? Are you a psychic?
Enough threats with a loud voice.
Why do you think it's a lie, Miss Thompson?
All because of his attitude, officer. Mr. Knightley, well, yes, as per usual, his attitude is by far the worst among the regular clients of this bank. It's as though someone programmed a Karen NPC and set all its stats to max.
If I come, the other clients will have to wait their turns after me, right? Do you freaking want the $40 million in my account to be transferred to another bank, huh?
He always says things like that, as though those were his catchphrases, and it was always intending to physically harm me.
Hey, now that's not always the case though, is it? I don't act that way every time.
Yes, you do. It was the same today. Or rather, not he yelled at me even more than usual.
You little...
Just a moment ago, you said I was planning to give back what I owed according to the times. Today was the actual day, see? But I am certain that's a total lie.
For the last time? How do you know that? Are you a psychic?
No, I'm the receptionist.
That means you're just a human being then.
Being the receptionist is the very reason why I know so, sir. Normally, when you move a huge amount of money, for whatever reason, there is a special counter and the application is made there. It's impossible to come to the general reception desk to make such ridiculous demands.
Why would you think I would know the bank rules by heart, eh?
When you initially deposited the $40 million here, you went to the special counter yourself, you see? So you mean to tell me you knew the rules when you deposited the money but didn't when you meant to take it all out?
Yeah, that's right. That's what happens to people.
This is so painful. Well then, why did you repeatedly say that you were going to transfer the $40 million to another bank? What made you say that?
Look, that other bank was going to fricking Bank Killinger, all right? How do you not connect the dots like that, eh?
Don't you remember that you had the serial number for various procedures to change information, with the number 4 displayed on the paper?
Huh? Now that's strange. You want to withdraw money, but you have to go through various procedures to change information? Why? How did that happen?
It was a mistake.
You made a mistake?
That excuse is painfully weak, laughably weak.
Is there anyone in this world who would mistake various procedures to change information for withdrawals?
I don't believe there is.
I made a mistake, and I'm sorry I did. But what you guys are saying is based on nothing more than circumstantial evidence or speculation, isn't it?
Shit, a persistent pecker, this one.
What did you say?
Well, either way, the fact he lied, cheated a bank out of money, successfully scamming them, and declared himself bankrupt. Well, that's it then. Let's arrest him for bankruptcy fraud. Bankruptcy fraud is a more serious crime than usual fraud. What you did is a direct violation of Article 265 of the bankruptcy law and is legitimately classified as bankruptcy fraud.
Excuse me, but what exactly is bankruptcy fraud?
The crime of bankruptcy fraud is the act of concealing or destroying the assets of the bankrupt estate to prevent the creditor, in this case the bank, from recovering those same assets. In the procedure when you file for bankruptcy, it's necessary to distribute as much of the bankrupt's assets as possible to the creditors in a fair and equal manner.
I see. So as a measure to prevent that from happening, Knightley here was running away, hiding the money he borrowed from Killinger in our own vaults while claiming he had absolutely no assets left.
I wasn't running away. I just forgot to pay it back for a little while.
But it's already obvious that a little while in your book means years to the bank you borrowed from, and we already know that it's a malicious cover-up. The penalty for bankruptcy fraud and squandering money is imprisonment for between 1 month and 10 years, or a fine of up to $100,000, and in some cases, both. Well, considering the amount is what it is this time, and since there was malicious intent hidden in the motive, I think this would be one of those rare cases where both punishments are in order. If I were the judge, yes, I'd give him that sentence. I would too. Well, buddy, prepare yourself because... What? Ash? Motherfrickers turned to Ash?
No way he didn't know the
no
punishment. No, there's a good possibility he didn't, because he repeatedly shouted 40 million, 40 million.
He repeatedly shouted that? I actually find it so mysterious as to how he escaped getting caught by the authorities, banks, the financial services agency. He has the frickin' alertness of a damn Daphnia, as though he were at the top of a lightning rod atop a hill during a thunderstorm and playing golf with a metal club. Insanity knows no bounds.
I thought that at its worst I would be taken away for interrogation when I went to return the money.
You're a criminal, so you'll voluntarily be taken into custody now. That's what's going to happen.
What? Voluntarily taken into custody?
Yes. You understand, of course, don't you?
No, please. What will happen to me if I'm taken into custody like that?
Of course you'll be arrested.
No way! It was just a whim, officer!
40 million on a whim is just too ridiculous. I don't know if it will be forcefully retrieved by means of the law or if it shall be done through negotiation with you, but either way, as much of the $40 million will be collected as possible. From now on, all the money you make, assuming you escape a prison sentence and somehow find a job, will flow to the bank as it is. It's a festival of defeat and reprimanding, so I suppose your best bet would be to dance to your heart's discontent.
Wait! No, please! Don't charge me as guilty! Don't seize my assets! Officers, catch the real culprit! Catch the real culprits!
Yes, that's what we're about to do, buddy boy.
Not me! It's not me, I swear to God! It's a woman! My mistress! She's the true villain who got my pin while I was drunk and took all my money away!
Yes, we're investigating that too, and we'll definitely find her and arrest her. After we take care of you first.
Wait, even I was regretting despite my attitude, you understand? I genuinely thought I did something bad. I was planning on returning it all.
Yeah, buddy. Tone it down, will you?
I did such a stupid thing. If I just acted quietly and inconspicuously and not made a fuss. If I was shown to another room and given the money by someone in charge, just as Melanie had said. Why did I make such a fuss at the bank and not take Melanie's calm, composed advice? If only I didn't make a fuss when she told me I only had 40 cents in my account. If only I'd said, "Oh shit, I'd forgotten about that," and played it safe.
The police wouldn't have been called either, for real.
Yeah.
Judgment, timing, decisions, actions, words, and behavior. Well, no matter what a crook does, it's not going to work out in the end. After being taken into custody, he was sued as a criminal case, found guilty of bankruptcy fraud, just as Helen had predicted.
Order in the court! The accused is found guilty as charged. His sentence shall consist of 10 years in prison and a fine of $100,000. Case dismissed. Take him away.
He was given the maximum sentence, also like Helen predicted, and was sent to prison. And the woman who stole the $40 million from Knightley's bank account was easily apprehended by the police, arrested to follow Knightley behind bars, and was thrown into prison. Oh, and miraculously, almost all of the $40 million remained, and the money was returned to Bank Killinger. Meanwhile, a super troublesome individual I had been dealing with for far too long was gone once and for all, and I was able to continue my usual duties as well, tending to the client's business. Number 334? Client number 334?
Bro, the hell do you want with the 107th semi-prime number?
Troublebusters!
No.
They're gone? My chicken meatballs have been stolen?
Could you explain what this is all about? Well, officer, to tell you the truth, I'm just as clueless as you are.
Trouble Busters!
Jumbo chicken meatballs made with the highest quality chicken, eh? No wonder your restaurant is so popular with your customers.
Well, it is our signature dish after all.
But our restaurant had more customers coming, you know, until these meatball skewers joined the rave, that is.
I don't think that's the case, sir.
Well, in any case, this restaurant won't last very long without the meatballs, I'm sure.
No, sir, I believe that...
At least take good precaution, for they could very well be stolen.
My name is Alan, and I'm the manager of a skewer restaurant called Full with a Foo-Foo-Foo. And the restaurant is very busy every day, mostly thanks to its signature menu item, which is a jumbo chicken meatball skewer. However, I'm worried about Mr. Kingman, the manager of our rival restaurant called Lord Smoky, who keeps bothering us with little parting shots, as you just heard. And a few days later, he said that particular line. No, they're gone? My chicken meatballs have been stolen?
Are you all right, Master?
The chicken meatballs I had prepared right here are gone, and several of them have disappeared at once, so I think they might have been stolen.
Could the culprit be Trevor, sir? You and I both know he often snacks on skewers throughout his shifts.
Even if you say so, it's still completely raw. Even a dumbass like him wouldn't snack on a few whole skewers that are raw.
I suppose you're right.
Shit, some were stolen again today.
Master,
What's up, son?
it seems that Lord Smoky's become very popular lately, and apparently it's their chicken meatballs that are especially famous.
What the? The radiant shine of the golden brown grill marks and the addictingly fragrant smell? There's no doubt about it. Those are our chicken meatballs from Full with a Foo-Foo-Foo.
Could you shake a leg and order up, dude? Not like I have all day, to be honest.
I'm sorry. Excuse me?
Well, looky here. If it isn't the manager from Full with a Foo-Foo-Foo. Got any business here?
Yes, I do. A little.
Oh, hold up. I hear your chicken meatball skewers were stolen a couple of times.
How do you know?
Don't take my connections too lightly, buddy.
I'll take your word for it.
But it seems like your number of customers is decreasing because you can't provide their signature dish which you're so proud of, huh? At this rate, it's only a matter of time before your restaurant closes, isn't it?
Well, to be honest, more to the point.
Eh? You came here to claim we stole your stuff? We didn't do anything, you know.
No, Mr. Kingman, I don't believe anything of the sort.
Then why did you come all the way to my restaurant, eh?
I merely came to warn you that there have been a few cases of theft at our restaurant and to be careful yourself.
Get lost, punk!
But sir, you must understand.
If someone stole your chicken meatballs from your store, it must have been because there was a problem with the security measures.
I won't deny that, but
lamenting your own powerlessness, are we, buddy? First of all, do you have any evidence that it was stolen at all?
That's why I don't suspect anybody.
It's terrible to suspect anyone, myself included, when you don't have any evidence to support your claims.
If I may order?
We're currently talking business, man. Read the air, for God's sake. All right, if you're done with your business here, can you refrain from staying here any longer and get back to work?
Sorry to bother you. Those were definitely our chicken meatballs, but it's also true that we don't have any solid evidence to prove that they are. If I can't provide the proper number of chicken meatballs, my store will just fade away into darkness. No, not on my watch. I won't let my store end so easily. If I can't use security cameras, then I have another idea. Unforgivable! Trouble busters, initiate!
Master?
Trevor, my boy, what's up?
I have something to talk to you about.
What is it?
Could you explain what this is all about? Well, officer, to tell you the truth, I'm just as clueless as you are.
There's so much smoke coming out of your restaurant. How can you not know what's going on?
No, I really can't tell, you see. It all happened when I was grilling some chicken meatballs, and then an ungodly amount of smoke started spreading around the restaurant.
So you were the culprit after all, eh?
What? You?
Well, now everything is crystal clear.
What's going on?
The culprit who stole our chicken meatballs. It was none other than you, was it not?
Huh? For the last time, what's going on here?
Mr. Kingman, you stole our chicken meatball skewers, which also happened to contain some flares, didn't you?
Flares? By flares, you don't mean the kind you always keep in your car?
Yes, that's right.
A flare in the chicken meat? What in the goddamn?
No matter what you say, if you check the meat, I'm sure your confusion will clear up soon enough.
Would you permit us to investigate the inside of your store, Mr. Kingman? No, inside is, well...
The smoke's dissipated enough for it to be safe, it seems.
But still, I don't think it's the best idea. Yeah, we'd like to check it out anyway. What?
Now then, Mr. Kingman, would you like to tell me the details as to how this whole thing transpired?
I think you just stole my line, buddy. I ought to ask you how this whole thing transpired.
Yes, I agree. That's why I'm telling you that the chicken meatballs I had prepared that contained flares were the same ones that had been stolen.
How can you say that for sure?
Dude, if you look at the amount of smoke, you can tell that it's a flare.
I disagree. That's not necessarily the case.
Then why did this happen?
That's what I'm trying to tell you. I'm in trouble because I have no freaking idea.
But didn't you tell those two officers earlier you were grilling the chicken meatball skewers when the smoke started to be a problem?
Shit, you heard that, huh? But what kind of yakitori restaurant doesn't have chicken meatballs on their menu, huh?
I'm sure every place does, Mr. Kingman, and yet a situation where so much smoke was created when chicken meatballs were cooking is hard to come by, isn't it? Does cooking chicken meatballs result in this situation every single time, is what I'm asking you.
Hell no! Only a flare would create something like this.
Only a flare would create something like this, huh? Whoa there, buddy. You're admitting that you had my chicken meatballs then, aren't you?
Shit. No, hypothetically speaking, only in an if scenario. Let's suppose that what you said is true, but who the frick would go that far?
No. More importantly, isn't it worse to steal chicken meatballs without any hesitation or fear of getting caught? Wouldn't you hate it if the ingredients in your store were stolen?
Don't change the subject. If something happened to my store, would you be able to take responsibility? Answer me, huh?
I'm not changing the subject, Mr. Kingman. After all, this whole damn thing wouldn't have happened if the chicken meatballs hadn't been stolen in the first place. Also, why are you talking to me like that so defensively? You didn't steal our chicken meatballs, did you? Or are you being honest without even realizing it and accepting you committed the crime?
No, this is also what they call a what-if story, dude.
It's not really a story or anything, but...
Frick you and your oh-so-nitpicky attitude in this whole affair. I say one thing, you play fricking devil's advocate and counter what I say. You don't have many friends, do you?
I think I do have a fair number of friends, thank you very much, and I'm blessed with great subordinates at work. But anyway, since we're here, let's go along with your what-if story.
Huh?
What if something happened to your store because of a flare that caused a great commotion and could get you into trouble? About that, what I did was simply put a few flares in the meat and did nothing more, and the skewers were prepared and stored inside my restaurant. As I said before, all of this wouldn't have happened if there hadn't been a theft in the first place. Stealing something from someone else's store and misusing it for your own personal benefit? If that's the conclusion here, then it's your own fault.
But I've never heard of anyone putting flares inside of chicken meat.
Were you planning to give them to customers? Absolutely not.
That makes things even stranger, bucko.
I agree. Perhaps putting flares inside of chicken meatballs is quite unheard of, but in the end, it's the same even if you replace the meat with a car.
The hell are you talking about?
As you know, a flare is an item that you should originally keep in your car. For example, let's say someone stole a flare from a certain car, and let's say the culprit then misuses it and causes trouble to the surrounding community. Would the owner of the flare be in the wrong then?
But that scenario tells us the culprit knew it was a flare and stole it anyway. So of course the thief is in the wrong here. But in this case, it's chicken meatballs that we're talking about, see?
But in the end, the flares were stolen too, weren't they?
Who the hell would go into a yakitori restaurant just to steal flares, eh? I thought it was the usual chicken meatballs, so I stole them.
No, even stealing the chicken meatballs is a violation of law since it is a crime.
I know that, but lest we forget, we're talking about a what-if scenario here.
Dan, you get so passionate about what-if scenarios, I see.
Shut the hell!
As though it was actually non-fiction. Well, let's put a pin in this what-if nonsense. You adamantly claim you didn't steal the chicken meatballs, right?
Of course I do! More importantly, I think it's my turn to interrogate.
Interrogate whom, Mr. Kingman?
Huh?
You just said you would interrogate someone. Why would you interrogate a third party and shift the blame onto them when this is something that happened in your store?
Well...
If you claim you didn't steal anything, there's no need to bring uninvolved people into this matter, I believe.
Another what-if here, buddy!
Have you been listening to me at all? I told you we put a pin in the what-if bullshit, didn't I? What we're talking about now is real-life scenarios, the reality of this mess.
This punk?
You sure are one to talk, Mr. Kingman, letting the cat out of the bag so easily.
Shut up! That's because you add on stupid details that jumble my thoughts and make it look like I'm guilty here.
No matter how you look at it, I think it's you that's adding on details that are unnecessarily complicating things.
Shit!
So, should I take this as an admission that you did the crime?
No, you shouldn't! I never stole any of the chicken meatballs! You're overthinking things!
We'll soon find out if I'm overthinking it or not, bucko. How was it, officer?
A flare was found in one of the skewers that was being roasted in the kitchen. Shit!
I see, so you are guilty after all.
It would be better to conduct a detailed investigation.
No! It's too early to declare me guilty. There was just a flare.
Listen to me. How could they have found a flare in the skewer in your store?
I was wondering what would happen if you put a flare in the skewer and grilled it together with the meat.
You realize there's a line of logical reason in making excuses, right? Mr. Kingman, can't you stop this pointless attempt at escape already?
This man gave me some of his stuff. What? You see, my store and his are close to each other physically, right? And since we're both yakitori restaurants, we get along well and exchange pointers and information, see?
Is that so? Well, my store is right down the street, but
today I thought I would grill the stuff he gave me, and this is what happened. He doesn't like the fact that my store is doing well, so he set up a trap to frame me as a thief.
Now, hold on a moment.
I just wanted to get along with him, and yet he resorts to do something like this? This is too far beyond my limits of forgiveness, Alan!
So, you intentionally planted a flare and gave the skewer to King Smokey's master, knowing it would cause him trouble? Is that what you mean?
No, it's not, officer.
Why don't you just admit to your wrongdoing too, eh? Oh, hold up, what's this? Been put in such a difficult position and run out of words to say back, have we?
No, that's not it. I just thought something like this might happen, you see.
This is...
Yes, sir. A voice recorder. I was right to have taken measures against a scenario like this.
You... Since when did you...
Since the beginning, Mr. Kingman. It's been going on for a long time, ever since we started talking.
That's irrelevant.
If that's the case, shall we ask these kind officers to have a listen? Well, there's no more reassuring approval than that of a policeman, so how about it, officers?
We don't mind at all. Hold it right there.
Huh? What are you waiting for?
Well, I don't think you need to go that far.
But from your point of view, it's just a bluff, isn't it?
Of course. Then let's make it clear. Otherwise, you'll be left in the dark too, won't you? I would, maybe, but I guess it's still useless.
How can you say something like that?
Well, look, our conversation was based on what-if scenarios, right? We've only talked about the hypothetical and not the real.
Fear not, good sir. The conversations after the what-if stories were also recorded loud and clear. Well, I also went along with your what-if nonsense, but I think there's a limit to how much you can cover up with hypothetical ideas, good sir.
Hey, don't say unnecessary things, huh?
No, it doesn't make a difference because we're gonna have people listen anyway. And if what I'm saying is just a bluff, you don't have to worry about anything whatsoever now, do you? Well then.
Wait!
What else do you have to say?
I'm all right with listening to it, but the officers, they're busy, aren't they? They have a lot of things to do for the night. Oh, we could spare a few hours, no problem.
This is also part of our job description, after all.
You heard them, good sir. Without further ado,
Wait! Let's assume the testimony is a fact.
oh, he admits it?
No, I didn't admit it. I mean hypothetically, see?
So?
You mean to frame me as the culprit, but you have no evidence that proves I stole anything from your store. If you really want to make me guilty, prepare a video of me on a security camera.
Oh, you're right, a security camera.
Wait, you don't have one? So you can't be certain that I'm guilty.
Yes, our security camera is currently non-functional right now. So about the evidence that you took the chicken meatballs, unfortunately, such visual evidence doesn't exist.
There you go! And additionally, how could I break into your store's kitchen, huh? If I entered from the store's side, it would be too obvious and I'd be found out immediately, and the back door is locked. Because of these details, it must have been impossible for me to take the skewers as you claim I have.
Yes, as you say, it would be extremely difficult for you to enter my store and steal the skewers yourself.
There you go! As such, I'm...
Steal the skewers yourself, I said.
What are you trying to say?
Obviously, you didn't steal the chicken meatballs with your own two hands and instead resorted to another way to obtain them.
For the last time!
You have an accomplice in this, don't you?
Huh?
The theft of the chicken skewers on this occasion was perpetrated by your actions and by those of another person. And what's more, that other person can enter and exit our store as they please, freely. In other words, your partner in crime is one of our very own staff.
Now you better take things easy.
Why would I cooperate with staff from another store to do something like that? Yeah, I've already called them over.
When did you?
Oh, and it looks like they've come at just the right time. Miss Susan, do you know why I called you?
No, sir.
You were the one who cooperated with Mr. Kingman to steal the chicken meatballs, weren't you?
What is this about, sir? If someone would do something like that, it would have to be Trevor, who's always snacking.
Susan, we already have all the evidence, you see.
What?
Trevor, whom you were suspicious of, told me everything he knew. He simply happened to see you carrying away the chicken meatballs on a tray.
Oh, that must have been a mistake on his part.
Ah, you're good at making excuses, just like your partner, huh? I wanted it to have been a mistake on his part too, believe me. But Trevor is quite clever, you see. He recorded you taking out the skewers on his phone. What's more, he even set up the smartphone so that you wouldn't notice you were being recorded.
When did he...
It's amazing that he found something that even I, the manager, couldn't, isn't it? He has the talent to become a notorious detective.
So then, the video evidence?
I have it all, of course. I've already received the data from Trevor.
No way! I heard that the security camera was broken. You heard about that? No, that's... well... The security camera is indeed malfunctioning, but that was just a coincidence. And if someone thought the timing was right and that the skewers could be stolen right then there would be speculation for cunning planning. Listen to me!
Manager Thompson, sir, I'm so sorry.
Susan? Hey now, what are you apologizing for?
Uncle Ben, this is too much. I've reached my limit. I don't want to do this anymore.
What? Uncle? Susan, dear, could you clue me in on the details, please?
My parents once relied on Uncle Ben for money, but because of that, he asked for a lot of favors in return, and his demands to cooperate with him on this particular issue arose about a month ago, and, well, I suppose the rest is history.
Susan, think about what you're saying. So that's what happened.
At first, I told him that I didn't want to, of course, but then he threatened me, saying that if I didn't cooperate...
That's enough, dear. I think I get the gist of the situation. Susan, you little... Mr. Kingman, may I ask you to explain now? No, this is just Susan speaking bullshit. Susan volunteered to cooperate because my store's sales were declining, see? She was eager to help me out, you see. It was her who first came up with the idea about skewers. I don't know anything. Susan, you did so well today, too. If you keep stealing the chicken meatballs like this periodically, that store will eventually close down and I can get my business back up again.
Uncle, I don't want to do this anymore.
You don't want to do it, eh? You know what's going to happen then, don't you? Not only you, but your parents, too. I see.
Not only that, but I've also written down all of the things, good and bad, that Uncle Ben told me over these last few weeks in a diary.
So you've done all this, huh? Well done, but in the end it's just a diary full of words. You still deny you committed any crimes? What the hell, man? You might be underestimating what testimonies can be, but this is also solid evidence, you understand, and the diary too. Are they really? You know that already. When I offered to have the officers here listen to the recording I'd captured, you went into such a frenzy. You panicked because you knew full well that was good enough evidence against you, right? Sure, but what we talked about were what if. Enough with the stupid goddamn what if arguments! The reason I pushed the conversation forward was to clarify the matter regarding Susan. At first I thought Susan was guilty of committing crimes too, but now it's all crystal clear. But there's no doubt that she did the act! True. This doesn't make Susan completely innocent in this either. But who is the one who made her do something she didn't want to do of her own free will? I had no choice. I was desperate to keep my store afloat too. Huh? I thought that if I sold your jumbo chicken meatball skewers, your signature menu item, I could get my once fair number of customers back. Such a selfish reason. It's not selfish. You're to blame in this too. What? You freaking opened your store long after I did, and yet you still get more frickin' customers than we do. That's what I don't approve of. Without your store, the number of customers for us wouldn't have decreased. Can you really come to that conclusion? Yes, I'm certain. Then I'm certain too. I'm certain that the decrease in customer numbers at your store is not our fault. Excuse me? Want proof? Take a look at the reviews of your store. Most of the negative reviews are regarding customer service. They especially complain that the manager's attitude, your attitude, is terrible. It's just their imagination. It's not just their imagination. When I visited the other day, you were arrogantly treating the customers like they were slaves to you. Well, I mean, but the taste is top-notch. I'm sure you're right. But no matter how good the taste of the food is, if the customer service is poor, the customer will never want to come again. It has nothing to do with my store or my chicken meatballs. It's all the result of your own actions. Putting your store aside, Mr. Kingman, you're not going to get away with this. What? What's going to happen to me? What you did is the crime of theft for stealing chicken meatballs and the crime of threat for physically intimidating Susan. Isn't that right, officers?
Indeed it is. Damn, you've really studied up.
So that means you're not going to be able to avoid arrest. I'm getting arrested? And we'll have to ask for damages for the loss to the store caused by the theft of the chicken meatballs. What? Getting arrested and paying damages? That can't be acceptable. I told you, you brought it all on yourself. Well then, officers.
Yes, sir. There's no point in talking anymore about this here, so...
Yeah, I'm sorry. My pranks have gone too far. It can't be just a prank. Yes, I'm aware, and I'm sorry about all this. I regret everything. Sorry, but I can't forgive you. Don't say that, please. I'll pay for the amount I stole. It's not that kind of problem. Why? It's fine if I can make up for your losses, right? Of course, you'll have to take responsibility for the incident with the chicken meatballs, but the thing I'm most angry about is what happened with Susan. What? Susan? Why? My staff are so important to me, they're like family to me. That's how special they are in my eyes, and you dared to take advantage of the weaknesses of those I hold close to my heart and committed multiple despicable acts. I'll never forgive you for that.
Master?
But Susan and I are family, so isn't that right, Susan?
Uncle Ben, I am willing to accept full responsibility for the damage I've caused, and I only demand that you do the same. I can't call you my family otherwise.
Oh, Susan, dear. Susan, even you're... That's how it is, bucko. If you understand now, you accept what you did honestly and take appropriate action to make things right. Please, I can't be arrested.
Yeah, buddy. We'll listen to you carefully from now on.
Officers, I'll leave everything to you now.
Yes, sir.
No, please, forgive me. After that, Kingman was arrested, and based on the evidence, he was found guilty of theft and physical threat, and he was given a heavy punishment. Needless to say, this led to the bankruptcy and collapse of his yakitori restaurant. Additionally, Susan was questioned by the police, but thanks to her cooperation, her sincere feelings of regret and remorse, and the situation she was in regarding her uncle, she was only given a strict warning. And then...
Master, are you sure I can still work here?
Of course.
Thank you so much.
But if anything like this happens again, be sure to talk to me, okay? You're an important part of my family after all, and no family of mine's gonna feel threatened again, not on my watch.
Yes, sir.
This incident somehow strengthened the bond between us all, and since our signature dish, the jumbo chicken meatballs, has been revived, let's do our best today too, guys. Trouble Busters!